Hey everybody, my name is Lisa and welcome to Angel's Corner. This is actually my second YouTube channel. The other one's more family oriented, but this one's more of serious content, sort of like, health issues that I have and abuse that I've endured in life. I just think this would be better to do it over here. I have what's called Idopathic Gastroparesies, and it means I'm not diabetic, so that's why they call it that. And then there is gastroparesis where they do have it because they are diabetic. But it basically means paralyzation of the stomach, and sometimes it's full-on paralyzation. I was diagnosed with this 13 years ago, and I absolutely am just in utter disbelief of such bad treatment that I've gotten since I've had it. I've only been given 2 certain medications to be on to control the nausea and the spasms, if you will. Been on those for 13 years. So I have had multiple hospital visits, admissions, due to so much vomiting, passing out, lack of nutrition. Just told each and every time, well, yeah, we'll help you. This is what needs to be done, and while this is being done, we'll give your stomach a rest. And it just seems like every person that said that they were going to help me just walked away. Well, now this is my issue. I've gone through 11 GI doctors alone. It's to the point where they don't care. Their answer is, oh, well, if you come into my clinic, I'm just going to send you to the emergency room if you're that bad. So go to the emergency room. Go to the emergency room. Oh, Lisa, this is a chronic illness. Your PCP or your GI really needs to do something. This is just a Band-Aid. We can only do so much, and I agree. All I can give you is pain relief, nausea relief, and try to get you home somewhat comfortable. I've told them both, and they hear me, but I don't think they're listening to what I say, or they don't believe it. I was in this one hospital a couple of towns over from where I live here in Boston, and they noticed I was hardly eating, so they brought down these berry, I think it was, and shore drinks. And if they stayed down, which I have my days where I can't keep some stuff down, and long story short, I did feel a little energetic. So, okay, I called my PCP, and I asked her to, put the script in for it. And she's like, well, how often, and blah, blah, blah. I said he wants me to at least have it 3 times a day. And oh, okay, yeah, we'll do it. And for weeks, it was the pharmacy still in the process of putting it together. Oh no, your doctor needs to rewrite the script a different way. And it was just a vicious cycle for, I want to say, about 6 weeks, to the point where I said, the hell with it. I called my PCP back, and she goes, oh, yeah, medical board won't approve of you getting, the supplement. And I said, why? because there has to be a medical reason of why you get these. I said, I have idiopathic gastroparesis. I hardly eat. My grandson eats more than me. And I'm pretty sure at this point in time now, a newborn baby would eat more than me. So how do you figure I'm not entitled to that? How do you figure that the medical board won't approve it? She goes, they just won't. I know. I said, is it because I'm not anorexic? And nothing against people that are anorexic. I've known plenty of people out there. But is it because, do I have to become anorexic before I get the help? I mean, come on. And I know I'll probably get hate comments, but it's just the way I feel. I have nothing against anybody that's big, small, or has bulimia or anorexia. I have no issues with that. But basically, what I'm trying to get at is, if you're not, how would I put this? If you're not thin enough, or, and sickly looking enough, you're not going to get the help. You're not. No matter how much you fight. I was admitted into this one hospital, and she was actually right in the next room for me. And I was walking by one day, walking the halls, and the same doctor I had goes, "Oh yeah, we want to get a PICC line in, give your stomach a break. Then we'll send you home, and then a nurse will come in and show you how to do your TPN and your feeds." And she's got the same thing as me, but the only difference was she was about 110 pounds. Yeah, same thing as me. So what's wrong with this picture? So the same doctor came into my room, and I said, "Hey, I was just going for my walks, and I heard you talking to so-and-so," I forget her name. I said, "And you're willing to help her, you advocate for her, excuse me, but why can't you advocate for me?" "Well, you don't look sick." I said, "Looks can be deceiving. I don't look sick." I said, "Is that the excuse you're going to give?" I don't look sick. I shouldn't have to be sickly looking, and I shouldn't have to be very thin in order to get the medical help that I know that I'm definitely entitled to. "Well, that's something you need to talk to your doctor about." Okay. I go home. Go home that Friday, so I call that Monday. I call my doctor up. "Okay, well, this is what they said. This is what they suggested." "Oh, you're not there yet. Your BMI doesn't warrant it." My BMI don't warrant it. I have the same thing. I have a very dangerous illness, and my BMI don't warrant it. How do you figure that out? I shouldn't have to lose any more weight in order to get that help. That help should be handed to me now, the same way as it's handed to a smaller person with the exact same illness. No, still ain't getting it. So, for a while, I just left my GIs alone, left my PCP alone, because I weren't doing nothing. Until December 17th of 2022, which is on a Saturday. Well, that following Friday, on the 16th of December, I started feeling off, but I'm like, it's just a GP flare-up. Plus I had just a common cold. So I thought it wasn't COVID, but I'll get to that in a minute. And I'm like, I'm just going to go lay down. I have no energy to do anything. Did what I did, took my shower, did what I did, and went to bed. And, seeing my fiance go off to work about 2:30 that morning. And about 3 o'clock, maybe 3:30, I get up very slowly from the bed, and I started getting very dizzy. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? And I sat back down. I waited about a good 5 to 7 minutes. And, it kind of like lightened up because I sat back down. I'm like, okay, I'll just get up extremely slow. So I got up even slower. Dizzy spell started again. But I knew at this point in time, everybody was asleep. Fiance was at work. I had to walk. I knew where I was going. I had to walk. So I got up and I moved as quick as I could. But as soon as I got probably 8 feet from the bathroom, I started passing out. Now it's bad because I'm on the second floor and I'm coming close to a set of stairs. I go into the bathroom and I had to go pee, so I did what I did. I got up. I thought sitting there, breathing in through my nose and out through my mouth, it was going to pass. I got up and got up slow. As soon as I stood up, I'm starting to pass out. It's almost like you took a bucket of water on me and just threw it on me, or you were hosing me down. Let's put it that way. I mean, I was pouring sweat that I was holding on to the bathroom door so I didn't go down the stairs or the frame of the door. And I was slipping. That point in time, I know I'm going down. So I kind of pushed myself forward and I bounced off my daughter's bedroom door. I'm surprised I didn't wake any of my adult children up. Thank God my grandson and his mom was, away for the weekend, which was fine. So it was just my other kids here. And I passed out 3 more times coming from my bathroom to my bedroom, which is about 10, 12 feet. And just passing out. Finally got to the bed. And my daughter's ESA dog, for some reason, sleeps with me. So she's all over me, licking me. I passed out again, and she's literally jumping on my chest to wake me up. So I called my fiance, and I'm like, something's wrong. He goes, yeah, I could tell you didn't look good. You were ghostly white. Do you want me to come home? I said, no, I'm just going to lay back down. I'm going to try to take another Phenergan, because that's what they gave me for nausea and something for spasms. And I'm just going to try to close my eyes and see if this will pass. Okay. 2:30. Okay, about... Here it is now, about 5 past 8, 10 past 8, I want to say. I hear my daughter and set up, and I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, oh shit. Here we go. This ain't good. So I called her, no answer. So I guess she'd gone back to sleep, which was fine. So I had to go pee at that point. Bad. But she went back to sleep, and there was nobody else that could help me. So I just stayed in bed. So from 8 o'clock until about 12:30, when my fiance got home. That's when I definitely did hear my daughter up. And I'm like, you need to come in here quick. I have to go to the bathroom. I've had to go since 8 o'clock this morning, but I didn't want to wake you. I told her what was going on. She goes, okay, Mama. She goes, you don't look good, And I said, I don't feel good. So long story short, she helped me out of bed, and I got maybe 3 feet from my bed, and I'm starting to pass out. She's like, sit down, Mom. I said, if I sit down, I'm gonna pee all over myself. No. I said, just walk, just guide me. And she did. She got me into the bathroom. Now, the pain's getting pretty bad in my stomach. And in the upper part of my abdomen mostly. Anyways, long story short, I'm passing out, and it's looked like, and she had a hose on me. I was soaking wet from head to toe, like I came out of a pool. And she's calling my fiance, hey, you need to come up here, Mom, there's something wrong with her, she's not acting right. He comes up, I pass out in the toilet. I don't know whether I stopped breathing, but everybody said that I just had a blank look on my face. Everybody was doing the stunner rub on my chest, tapping my face to try to wake me, and nothing. It got to the point where my fiance said, no, you've been sick, this is enough, you need to go to the hospital. He called 911, and she told him to watch my breathing, and every time I breathe, say, I think, breathe. And obviously it wasn't what they felt I should have been doing. I remember hearing them say to him, well, you need to lay her on a flat surface and put something behind her neck. And he did. And long story short, I had a house full of medics, police, firefighters within literally 3 to 5 minutes. And they got me out to the truck and everything. And I guess I stopped breathing for like 10 to 14 seconds. I don't know. But got to the hospital. BP's through the roof because of the pain. But I've thrown up all over myself, in my hair, in my ear, under my armpit. But to get to the hospital, I get to the hospital, and they definitely admit me in. They do all these tests, but yet they say, my PCP said all my lab work looked totally fine when I went into the hospital for this admission. But yet my potassium was down, my cortisone was down, all my levels were out of whack. So I stayed in the hospital from the 17th to the 21st of December. They hydrated me, gave me fluids, gave me something for pain and nausea. They pretty much kept that under as much as control as my stomach would allow them to, if that makes sense. And, that was that on that. They did another test. I think it was a CAT scan. And, no, it was an MRI. They found in the bowel duct, something in the bowel duct, a cyst. I think it's 4 millimeters. And that's what was causing the pain on top of the flare-up of my idiopathic gastroparesis. Well, they were talking about surgery to take it out so it don't cause any more pain, but that never happened because the very last asshole of a GI doctor I had came in and just kind of like, oh no, that could stay in there. She can do that outpatient. And I can hear somebody say, well, she's inpatient now. Why don't we just get this taken care of now? Why make her suffer through this pain and have her go through the emergency department again, tell the same story over when she's right here and we could take care of it? No, well, basically to the nurse. He didn't listen to her either. So send me home. And I've become weaker. to the point where I can't take the dog out for a walk myself anymore because I do get lightheaded. But for some reason, every time I stand, it feels like my pressure is dropping. Now let's fast forward to this past Friday. Okay, just a few days ago. Spoke to my doctor on the phone, and I told her what was going on. And she's like, well, I don't think malnutrition's setting into you because your labs and everything look fine. I said, look, with how sick I've been and how I have not been eating, there's no way on earth my labs can be fine. Okay? No way. So she goes, well, I don't think that you're having issues with being weak from a lack of... I said, then can you explain why I am weak then? She couldn't give me an answer. I'm like, can you explain? You're the doctor. You're a medical director. You give me an idea on why I'm so weak. I said, how in the hell do you figure out that I am not weak due to a lack of nutrition? I eat less than a newborn baby. I'm lucky if I eat not one but 2 meals in a 7-day time span. I don't get up and eat breakfast and lunch and dinner like everybody else would because my stomach does not digest it the proper way. When I eat foods, it is extremely painful. It's like I'm chewing on broken glass and then swallowing it. Literally. And I've told her this. Take Tylenol when you eat or before you eat and put the heating pad on your stomach. What? What the fuck does that have to do with... I'm baffled. Yeah. So, basically, long story short, I'm not thin enough to get a feeding tube, whether it is a PICC line that goes in your arm and into the center of your chest, or whether I get a tube down my nose that I can, feed myself at home, or whether I get a JG tube. I'm not thin enough to get that. Where is that right? If 2 patients have the same illness, but one is very thin and one isn't, where is that? Where does that make a difference on how we get the treatment? I've suffered with this for 13 years. I've had hundreds upon hundreds of admissions with one particular hospital. It's to the point where I'm getting gaslighted. It's to the point where I have been accused by a doctor that I'm a drug seeker, I'm a drug user, in front of a whole hospital, ER staff, and patients. That's not right. Not right at all, because I'm not. And I don't appreciate being gaslighted. I am just suffering with an unfortunate illness that sooner or later will take my life if they don't give me the proper health care that I need. They don't care. I'm not saying everybody in the medical field is bad, because they're not. People that I'm dealing with now make the doctors and nurses out there that want to help patients like us, they make them look bad, or it gives us a bad taste in our mouth. Do we want to trust somebody? What do? Trust somebody? Give them another shot? You can only do that for so long. You can only deal with the constant, oh yeah, if you came to me earlier, oh my God, I would have been able to do this for you. Yeah, we'll still be able to do it. It's going to take a little time, but we'll get it done. And it just never gets done. Why would I want to restart over with a whole new facility and go through God knows how long of testing again? It's too much. It really is. I don't want to die, but I know sooner or later my body's only going to allow me, it's only going to go so long without the proper nourishment that I need, the balanced out meals that I desperately so need. But 90% of the stuff I can't eat because it hurts my stomach no matter how small I cut it up. I blended my foods. It still hurts. But am I afraid of dying? No. I'm afraid of what, when it does happen, when that time does come, I'm afraid of what my poor family's gonna have to endure, what they're gonna have to deal with. And that's not fair to them. It's not fair to them that they're seeing me suffering. It's not fair that I can't do things with my family the way a normal person should. All because I'm not there yet. All because I don't look sick. So my thing is, if two people come in and one is 120 pounds and one is, let's say, 475 pounds, and they both have some form of cancer, does that mean the one that's 475 pounds won't get the treatment because she don't look sick? And because she's 470 pounds? Even though she has the same type of cancer as the one that's 110, 120 pounds. Because I'm telling you right now, I've seen it happen. And I'm going through it. It's not supposed to happen that way, but it is. It is. And I contemplated on whether I wanted to talk about stuff like this, but you know what? I'm ready. Stuff may not be getting done with me right now, but hopefully this video can reach and get into the right hands, and we can put it out there of what the healthcare system is doing to people with chronic illnesses. It's not right. It's unfair. It's uncalled for. They complain so much that we show up in the clinics because we're not feeling good. Or the hospitals complain because, oh, here's the frequent flyer again. Well, here's the thing. Work as a team and say, hey, Lisa here has had, in this hospital, a couple of 100 admissions for the exact same reason. Chronic abdominal pain and nausea and vomiting. Why don't we do this, send her home with this, give her stomach a break, and let's see what that does. Nah. Nobody's doing a damn thing. You know what she told me on Friday? Continue to eat small meals. Take small sips. Don't eat anything spicy. And don't gulp. Wait, what? I hardly eat. I can get 2 packets of oatmeal, and I'm lucky if I could take 2 to maybe 3 teaspoons of oatmeal out. Okay, right. What I'm trying to say here is healthcare society today is not what it used to be. They are so adamant and so quick of pointing fingers to innocent people. They really are. I've witnessed it so much. If you have chronic illness, I've witnessed it. It's been done to me. A person should not have to look sickly to get help. I know if I was a doctor, I would want to try to prevent it. So what if somebody's 500 pounds and they need a feeding tube? You just, slow the feeds down. But if you're sick and you have what I have, we're entitled to that. And it's not right that you can't get it because you don't look sick. You don't look sick. You don't look sick. I am just, it really gets me. Oh, excuse me. It's supposed to be out there, and we're supposed to be confident in ourselves that if we go to see Dr. So-and-so, we'll get helped. Sort of like back in the old days. Not today. Because if you don't look sick, you're not sick. Looks can be deceiving. The most thinnest person in the world can look sickly, but maybe the most healthiest person in the world. The most heaviest person in the world is the one that could be deathly sick. Yeah. So, what would you do? Leave a comment in the comment box below. What would you do if you had a doctor that did this to you? Told you to do the same thing relentlessly that you've been doing for 10, 12, 13 years. Talking to you and telling you how to do this and that. Repeating the same thing that was told to you when you first got diagnosed with whatever you got. What would you do? It would physically, mentally, emotionally exhaust you. And that's exactly what it's doing to me. I don't want to die, but I know sooner or later it's going to happen. If I don't get the nourishment that I need, I'm going to become weaker, and it's going to get to the point where I can't even go downstairs in my living room. And I don't want it to become to that point. But I just don't know what else to do. I'll stop it here. I've got plenty of other stuff that I want to film. But if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask those questions. I'll answer them as quickly and to the best of my ability that I can. And if there's some of you out there that want to leave whatever message you want, you're entitled to say what you want. I'm not going to get upset. As I know at some point somebody's going to hate on me for saying then if people get the care, and somebody always in this world don't like what somebody's got to say, and that's okay. It's the right to their opinion. But if you like the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell notification button. That way when I do upload videos, you will be notified. Thank you for coming to Angel's Corner. Have a blessed day.